Planet Dolan.
From how quicksand got its name to whether electric eels can shock themselves, we answer several humorous burning questions about life.
The name's Hellbent, and I've been told in order to get paid, I have to read out the real answers. Let's make this quick. Which idiot do you have me paired with today?
Hey, what's up, folks? Pringle the One here.
Oh, great!
Don't worry, big guy. I'm a pro at delivering the truth. Just watch.
Alright, you giant Twinkie. Let's see what you got.
Belinda Buckley asks, will humans evolve ever again?
Sure, it can't be too hard for humans to change themselves, right? Maybe they can grow some extra legs or maybe wings. Actually, that's not a bad idea. See? Evolution is just that easy.
Oh, no, you don't! We have a video to get through here!
Aw, man, you need to evolve a sense of fun.
You are a Twinkie! I knew it! All life on Earth is constantly evolving, including your mom. Changes brought on by evolution don't happen overnight, but even just 11,000 years ago, adult humans were unable to digest lactose. As diets changed with the increase in dairy farming, human bodies adapted to be able to digest this type of food beyond infancy. As for what humans will become in the future, I don't know. Maybe they'll all revert into apes. I can hardly tell the difference anyway.
Rakisha Hurt asks, who was the first known pirate?
That would be Pegleg Pringle the Jolly. I know because he was me.
Avast ye swabs, I hope ye all be prepared for some swashbuckling on the high seas. But first, have any of ye seen me precious booty?
Right in here, Captain.
A curious place to stash me doubloons, first mate.
I'm the captain now. Anyone got a problem with that? The act of piracy has been in existence since the early days of naval trading. Some of the earliest recorded mentionings of piracy describe raids that took place in the Mediterranean Sea around 1400 to 1200 BC. Although not the first, one of the earliest known pirates was Dionysius the Phaeacian, originally an admiral of ancient Greece who became involved in piracy against Carthaginian merchants later in his life. Looks like we got ourselves a sea monster, lads!
The Pokemon Fuser asks, why are moths attracted to light sources?
Aren't we all? I remember back when I was a pirate, I would always sail towards bright lights. I think I can relate to the little guys. I should probably hang with them.
Ouch! Oh, ouch! This is fun! Oh!
Some experts believe that moths are drawn towards light sources because light interferes with their internal navigation system. Moths evolved when man-made light sources were minimal, and some flying insects navigate by keeping a constant angle relative to a light source. Basically, man-made light sources confuse them. Stupid things.
Zhangji asks, why do we say royal blood is blue?
When you're a monarch, you gotta be a little cold, right? Maybe their blood was icy and that's what helped them go about the business of chopping off people's heads. I couldn't do it.
I could. Being a king would be easy.
You wouldn't chop my head off, would you?
Nah, you'd at least make a decent court fool. I could have servants pelt you with rotten fruit.
Aw, man. I hate fruit.
That's fine. I'm sure there's other things they could throw. The term blue blood comes from ye old fancy pants time, around 19th century when European aristocracy were paler than the lower class, which caused their veins to be more visible. This was partly due to them being exposed to sunlight less than the working class and because of their breeding habits. It may have also been because of a discoloration of the skin called argyria, which can be caused by ingesting traces of silver, and those dandy noblemen sure did love their silver. And their cousins.
Anthony asks, how did popcorn become a snack in theaters?
Oh man, can you blame them for having it? Popcorn is probably one of the most fun foods to eat. You don't have to use a knife or a fork or any of that junk. You just throw it out your mouth and hope for the best. Hey Hellbent, you want some?
Nah, I'm fine. Popcorn was a popular snack at fairs and carnivals in the 1800s, but not commercially sold in movie theaters until the late 1920s. This was in part due to movie theaters not wanting to ruin the movie experience for audiences by allowing loud food to be chomped endlessly by disgusting fat slobs who can't chew with their mouth closed! Shut the hell up!
You okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Anyway, once movies with sound became popular, theaters weren't so concerned with ruining the experience. They even started selling popcorn themselves, which turns out brings in a healthy profit.
Elwantan asks, can an electric eel shock itself?
Well, sure, just show them their own reflection. For real though, let me show you.
In fact, they can. Electric eels have been observed both in nature and in aquariums to occasionally shock themselves and other eels. This can happen due to a miscalculation on the eel's part, as they need to flex their bodies in a certain way that avoids harming themselves but shocks their prey.
Dylan E.D. Rummer asks, where do germs come from?
They come from really disgusting places like up people's noses or swamps. They slither out and rub themselves all over you until you're sick. Thankfully, Melissa always tells me that a nice hot bowl of soup helps.
Germs are microorganisms that rapidly breed and live anywhere they can find warmth, food, and moisture. This includes inside of you, humble viewer. Most are harmless, but some are infectious as they can rapidly mutate to breach your immune system's defenses. These infectious agents can be divided into bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, and helminths. If you want to make sure they don't breach your defenses, wash your filthy hands.
I'll get right on that.
Kitty Kate asks, when you shake liquids, how do bubbles form?
You know, I don't even know how the bubbles get in there in the first place. You know what? Just for you, I'm going to investigate. 1 sec. Let me try that again. Okay, these bubbles are pretty tricky to spot. Man, this isn't easy.
We're going to be here for a while, folks. The reason you see bubbles in a bottle of liquid, let's say water, is because of dissolved gases. The amount of gases that are dissolved in the water depend on temperature, pressure, type of gas, and the composition of the bottle. When the bottle of water is shaken, you hasten the escape of the dissolved gas by causing more liquid molecules to vaporize, which forms more bubbles.
Why is it called quicksand if it is slow?
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, look at this. I've been here for an hour already, and so far the sand is only up to my knees. I'm pretty disappointed, and I feel like I've been ripped off.
Hey, no refunds.
Can you at least try and speed it up a bit?
Quicksand is regular sand that has come into contact with a lot of water. The quickness of quicksand refers to how rapidly the sand grains move around when oversaturated with water. As for it being slow, well, you can always test for yourself how slow the sand is. You might be surprised with how quick you sink should you struggle against it. You having some fun now, Pringle?
Emma the Kitten asks, could we die from laziness?
Man, that's something I worry about. I used to have a buddy called Jingle. He would just sit around all day watching space operas and snacking until eventually he turned to stone. It's a sad sight, I tell you. Hey, where did he go?
Not bad. If by laziness you mean physical inactivity, then yes. Not exercising or simply not being active enough can cause some serious health problems. Some of the risks might include higher blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. And if those scary things don't bother you because you have anxiety or you're depressed, lack of exercise can cause that too. This is Hellbent, reminding you all to get active and exercise. Don't just sit around rotting your mind and body. Get fit, strong!
Hey, that's a pretty good piece of advice, Hellbent. I think I might follow it.
Thanks. You can read more about it in my book, How to Not Be a Fat, Disgusting Loser.
Thanks. Hey, can I get my friend Jingle back?
No. No. Shut the hell up! 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 Shut the hell up!
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys.